it's so true.
Relevancy.
Dude, that's so correct.
Like, I look at Super and I go, okay, he's 7-5 and 2-1. So if you're a Korean commentator looking at stats, you say, well, he's only 2-1 against Protoss or against Zerg, whereas Solar has beaten so many Protoss, he was nicknamed the Protoss Killer. How can Super win? Well, I say Super is on fire right now. He's been more consistent than Solar. Solar lost.
And Solar's going down and down. He started, if I'm not correct, at around 4-2, and now he's at 4-6.
Yeah, and he's lost, more matches to Protoss. He lost in GSL Code S to Rain. He lost that Protoss matchup. Everybody was saying he was getting out of that group. I disagreed. He failed there. He's been failing in Pro League recently. I'm worried right now for Samsung fans because this Protoss Killer does not look as deadly as he did before, and I'm feeling pretty confident in Super's chances. We may see a 3-0 here. Now, the map is Frost, a bigger map. Could go into Solar's favor that way. Let's find out in what could be our very last map of tonight here at the SPL.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom right, in the teal, the Protoss player for MVP. He is Super. Just super duper.
Formerly known as Vampire, for you hardcore Wings of Liberty fans. Here's Solar, dubbed the Protoss Killer.
Yeah, also has the craziest hair. He's like the opposite of Creator. He's got like the curliest hair here at Pro League.
Yeah, his hair is pretty much a bird's nest.
That's a good way to describe it, yes.
I don't know if good is the right way, but accurate, I think.
Well, yeah.
Is better. Because I don't want to mean to say that's a good way to describe
Well, a good
someone's
description just means like
right.
a correct and accurate description.
Right. Well, the word good has actually changed in meaning, it feels, over time, right? Because it's something that's inherently good means that it's not evil, but being not evil is apparently meant to also mean correct.
Yeah, I guess incorrect things are just evil in one way, because they lead you down the path.
Well, that's the thing. It depends on if you use good as like a noun or an adjective. Like, for example, it pains me when people said he did good. I'm like, oh yeah, that is not. I'm like, did he actually go and put his morals upon the world and follow the right and just way? Is that what he did? Or did he do
Most
well?
of the time, no.
Did he do well? Because I think that's what you meant to say.
Did he do a good deed? Is that what he did?
It's like he did good. I'm like, oh, did he just go over there and
did he help the whole lady cross the street?
He helped the old lady cross the street, or did he actually play a very solid TVP? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was the second one there.
Well, starting things off for Super, he's got his forge on the way, and hatchery first for Solar. He does have an extra drone here to scout, so that's very good for him.
He's going to do the build.
Oh.
He's going to do it.
He wants to.
He wants to. He can't do it, though. We've seen this already, I think if I'm not mistaken, by Super himself on this very map. May have been Rain. It was a long time ago. My memory fails me at this moment in time, but with the drones here, I don't think he can pull it off.
I think he was trying to bait them to attack the pylon and then go try it again, but it's failing.
The Overlord scouts incorrectly, by the way, so he might think this is a fake. Now he knows it's real, and he needs to pull drones. He needs to pull a lot of drones, actually. Okay, no, his Overlord didn't go the wrong way. I'm just saying all sorts of wrong things now, but he's like not taking this seriously.
Yeah, this could definitely go down.
He gets this up.
Yeah, it's up. Two pylons are going to block it. We saw this at a Classic before.
A little bit surprised he didn't cancel that second pylon at the Nat, but... Oh, he didn't even see. Okay, so that's why he didn't cancel. Now he's like, uh-oh, this is a big problem.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Instantly.
Cancels the hatch. He's going for the third, it seems.
Now, if the third gets blocked here, he's in big trouble, and the probe's already going to block. Cannon is going up back at home as well, just in case. Don't forget, during all this time, Super's Nexus has also been delayed.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Nexus has been delayed quite a bit.
He's like just not going to make it. Okay, he's going to get this hatch. But this hatch is far away, meaning that it can be, attacked with a timing attack a little bit easier. It's actually hard to say who gets the better trade here, because how many pylons is that? That's 5 pylons, right?
Yeah, 5 in total, because he let the one at the third complete as well.
He loses a probe.
5 pylons, and he made 1 cannon as well.
Yeah, and he loses a probe. Loses a lot of mining time with the other probe. By losing a probe, I mean the probe is trapped here. Assumedly will die. Cannot serve any other functions here, so it's basically a dead probe. Pylon goes down here. Now he's got triple hatch. I want to say that Super is a fraction, like a teensy bit, a hair ahead.
An eensy-weensy bit?
An eensy-teensy-weensy bit. Wow.
I don't know. It's a lot invested into...
teeny weeny. Weeny teensy bit.
It's a lot invested into all these structures, but, I mean, the natural, even the second base for Solar is going to be so late, and that's a lot of larva behind for the Zerg.
And importantly, the core comes up here somewhat late, but look at the worker count. It's still ahead for the Protoss. He's mining off 2 bases. The third base, let's just call it the third and the fourth base, because that's essentially what we're seeing here. The third and fourth locations will not have drones at them for a very long time, so he's only going to have 1 base saturation with all the workers that he does have. So economy-wise, a pretty big lead for Super, and that's going to slowly but steadily make up for all of his lost resources here in these structures. The Zealot is actually walking across here, and he's going to probably go right for that third base. Oh, targeting on the drones.
Yeah, he's getting drones as well, but I love this Stargate follow-up here. There's just going to be no creep to connect. The Queens are going to take so long to get over there. He's going to have enough gateways to follow this up with the Zealots if he wants to. He's even going to start with this one Zealot. This is looking good for Super.
It really is, man. Nice position here on the Zealot, forcing drones off the line, losing more mining time. He's already lost so much. Now, I mean, what is he going to make from the Stargate? An Oracle could work quite nicely with the gateways. Phoenixes is what I do not want to see, because Phoenixes will kill some Overlords, but it's going to take him too long to actually get the damage done, because he needs more Phoenixes to actually do damage. Even a Void Ray, actually, wouldn't be too bad.
Well, he goes for the Phoenix against your wishes, Wolf.
I know. This is what players do when they get massively ahead against Zerg players. They just make Oracles and then fall behind. I mean, Phoenixes and then fall behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while to get a bunch of Phoenixes out here to start doing damage.
Ouch.
It seems like, well, this is a big thing here, losing this Overlord. You never want to lose this. But, you know.
He's going to lose this one, too. I mean, obviously he's going to lose this one, but that is the way of things.
And Super's just going for a third base. Doesn't look like he's going to be too aggressive. Starting a Robo as well.
Third base for the Phoenixes I like more. Not to criticize Super's decisions, because Phoenixes are obviously safe, right? They're a good choice in this situation. I just feel like perhaps he could have done more. It's hard to say, though, because with the Spore Crawlers lining up here...
Yeah, I just feel like he chose to be a little bit more passive. He feels like he's a bit ahead. He's like, oh, I can go with Phoenixes here and just be passive. I can take my third base very, very easily and just go with that.
This is the type of game.
It's just a play style choice here.
Yeah, and this is the type of game we don't see too often, right? It's not. Yeah, I'm sure Super's practices quite a bit, especially considering he used this build for his Pro League match, his best of one match, where he's not preparing for any other tournament. So this is like his #1 thing he's focusing on right now. It's still not a situation that is seen as often, you know, where he does exactly this much damage, where he committed this much to pylons, and he's got to really think about all these different variables that we have a bird's eye view of on looking from the outside in. So, you know, the Phoenix choice here is definitely going to allow him to control these bases. He knows they're not connected by creep, meaning that any queens that want to move across the map may get picked off. Any small forces that come across the map, roaches per se, or hydras without speed off creep, could be picked up by the Phoenixes. So it's a very safe way of playing, like you said so simply earlier. I guess I said it with so many more words, but you were correct.
Well, I'm glad we're in agreement here.
Yes. Still a perfect game, actually. That probe escaped somehow from
that's incredible. I don't know how that even happened.
The Queen was like there with a spine crawler. I don't know how he got out, but
very interesting.
Some people escape from jail too. I don't know how that happens, but you never know. Zealot here on hold position.
This is going to be enough. Solar tried to run by and see if he can get any information, but he does come in here with the Overseer, and he sees the Robo Bay as well as that robotics facility. So he's going to know Colossi on the way, immediately starts to spire for the Corruptors.
He's going to look death in the eye, man, because he's committed so much to Hydras while the Bay is completing, and he starts to Spire. Now, he has a few choices to make here. The Spire likely be for Corruptors, but if he can get the gas up off of these 6 geysers, soon to be 8, maybe he's able to switch to mutas while using the Hydralisk to poke a little bit by time. This is why Protoss players everywhere were terrified with the proposed Hydros change to cost. Of course, they're now changed just to have slightly faster attack speed. But this is the kind of play that we've seen have success, especially on larger maps like Altrazim, for example. And I think he might go for the Mutalisk switch. We'll see. Spire's about to finish. He's not going to want to make like 4 mutas right now. He's going to want to either make Corruptors or wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's saving up a bit here. It's gone up to 600, 600, so he could make 6 as this does finish. We're going to have to see. And make 6 Corruptors.
Okay, so he's playing more standard here, taking a more direct approach to dealing with those Colossi.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Super, very standard himself, getting the Colossi, getting Blink, getting the upgrades, extra gateways. Going to have a very, very strong ball here.
Part of the reason why I think we see the Corruptors is because he knows that Phoenixes are in play. Even though he picked a few off earlier, the infrastructure is already there to deal with a small number of Mutalisks. It's not like he's got the surprise 14. He's got like, 8 to 9 and slowly add more. So
yeah, maybe if he was in a better position and the Colossi were just starting to come out and, it was a little bit of a different situation, maybe he would have decided to go for those Mutalisks.
I don't like this, man. This is not enough Corruptors, and those gateways are finishing up in the main base. He's going to be able to make so many more Stalkers. Blink is about to finish as well. Yeah. He's got 2 cannons here, the Mothership Core to help out as well. There's the overcharge. I do not think Solar is getting done what he wants to get done here right now.
Yeah, I agree. These Hydras and Roaches are going to try to come up here on the high ground, but they're taking some damage from that Photon overcharge here. Solar Super being very patient with this, not going in just yet. He knows there are a decent number of Corruptors here. He's got to be careful, but here he goes. Guardian Shield goes up. Are we going to see the Blink finish? It's about to finish. Here we go.
Blink finishes now. The Corruptors right-clicking, shift-clicking on those Colossi, and he's got a really nice concave here, Brendan. 2 Colossi now down. The Roaches helping out quite a bit. The 3rd Colossus falls. More Stalkers warping in, but they're a bit far away. The problem, of course, being that now that the Colossi have done their job, the Corruptors are dead supply, and they will be targeted down. Now the army supply is dead even at 50 to 56 with the next warp into Stalkers, but he's losing some Roaches here, and the counterattack could be deadly. With the 2nd Colossus popping out, 15 Stalkers on the map, even 2 Phoenixes to scout ahead and see what's happening. 5 Mutalisks, 6 Mutalisks. I call desperation on this one.
Yeah, I don't like this switch here. I mean, he's only going to have 8, maybe 9 or 10 with a couple of Corruptors here and just Lings against this army with upgraded Blink Stalkers. He's going to look to try to do some damage in the main base, try to hit him economically rather than go head-to-head, but we're going to have to see how that plays out.
Well, I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, as they say. The Mutalisk will have +1 pretty soon, and he's going to have a lot of them. The problem being, of course, that there is a Stargate. It's easy for him now on a very solid 3-base economy with 6 gases to add additional Stargates, and he's eliminated most of the Corruptors, so Phoenixes are going to have a field day here. Stalker's unfortunately out of position. He will catch 2 Mutas, maybe? 3? Oh, wow, even the Corruptors come back. What is he doing?
They're flying back over the Stalkers.
What is he doing?
Blink again. Oh, my God.
This is a nerves mistake. That was an amateur-esque mistake there. And now the Zerling run by is going to be pretty annoying with Roaches, so that's one thing that he does have going for him. More Warpins required here back at home to defend, but this Protoss army is just almost unbeatable at this point. Now he's going to try to go for an elimination race. Phoenixes, of course, need to be made here, and he's going to lose a very expensive Colossus, but he wishes he could have canceled that. Some Stalkers coming home.
I like this. He's splitting up. The question is, are there enough Zerglings on the ground to defend this for the Mutas?
Actually, it's starting to almost become, are there enough Stalkers on the ground? Well, I mean, I guess you could ask it either way, but...
Well, the Stalker Force that he did bring back is enough to clean up the Zerglings and that, so could blink in here on these Mutas as well.
Yeah, and here come a few more Zerglings, like you said. It's the Zerglings trying to come through here, but there's a tight wall there with the Stalkers, and that's going to be it because all the infrastructure is dead back at home.
And Super, he's pushing in on that natural. Solar has no hope. There's nothing here to fight against Super at the base of Super.
Sub-Korean stats, I think, calling the Super. That's what Super fans and MVP fans are saying at home right now. He's on fire these days. He's definitely on the up and rising. He's a gold Protoss for a reason. And Solar does not stand up to the pressure here. Does not respect the Cannon Rust as he should have. And that's it. GG. MVP takes another 3-0, 3-0s back-to-back here.
That's four in a row
wins in
for
a
them.
row. 4 wins in a row.
This is incredible. They've come from not the very bottom of the ground, but basically the ground to the sky right now. They are flying high.
This is a Remember the Titans-esque story, man.
Pretty much.
There's like a montage of like MVP eating free at Kimbap Chungguk, and like there's like, you know, everyone's just watching them take it. There's like a montage of some old 80s music playing, and you just keep watching MVP players doing high fives on the bench as they beat big team after big team and rise up to the top, trying to secure their playoff position.